Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss another problem, but before going forward, if you have not liked the video, please like it, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. So without any further ado, let's get started. Problem is string compression, very easy problem. We are given some characters, right? What we have to do is we have to modify this array only, and we have to return the length of the modified array. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to return the length of modified array. Okay, modified array we have to return. And what we have to, how we have to basically compress this array, character array, is that we will be checking like how many similar characters are there. So a is occurring two times consecutively, right? Consecutive repeating characters. So we will see how many consecutive repeating characters are there. Let's say a is occurring two times, so we will be compressing this array in the form of like a, then the count two times. Okay, after that b is occurring how many times? Two times, so b is occurring two times. Then c is occurring how many times? C is occurring three times. So this will be the modified array. So this array, which is of length 7, will be reduced to an array of length 6. So the output, we have to return the length of the new array. So output will be 6. Okay, I hope you understood this test case. Let's see the another one. So here if you see, this array has only one character, right? So if the count, see here they have given the condition that if the group length is 1, only append the character. So if only there is occurrence is 1 of that letter, then only in the output array a will come. No, we will not append the count. Count will not get appended. Only the letter will be appended. Okay. Now see this one, this test case. So here count of a is what? 1 again. So only a will be appended. The count of a will not be appended because its count is 1. After that b is occurring how many times? B is occurring 12 times. So b and then 12 will be segregated into individual characters and they will be appended like this, individual strings, and we will append it like this. Okay, so if there is double digit or triple digit, whatever it is, we will have to break it and we have to store it as individual strings like 1, 2. Similarly, if it's 133, so it will be 1, 3 individual strings. Okay, so this is the problem. I hope you understood the problem. Let's see how we can approach it. It's very easy. I recommend first of all you try yourself. So I'll take the first test case, right? A, B, B, C, C, C. Okay. So what we will do, right? We have to modify in this array only. So this array is given. This is basically a character array, right? It's a character array. So this is like we are given 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So basically we have to modify this array only. We do not have to take another array. So what we will do, right? We will have two pointers. Okay, we will have two pointers. I will let you know why we will be taking two pointers. See how you will get to know that you have to use two pointers. See, one pointer will be used to traverse this array, right? Obviously we have to go to each position and check whether they are same, like the previous character was same or not. Like we will maintain a count. What is the count of current character, right? That is one thing which we have to do, which is pretty much clear. Okay, we have to count how many b is occurring how many times, c is occurring how many times. Secondly, another pointer we'll have to take to store the, like in this way, to modify this array like this. So we will have second pointer, and second pointer will be storing, will be managing our output array, right? It will be managing the final output array. You'll understand how. Now let's do a quick dry run. So approach, I hope you understood how you have to think of that two pointer will be used. Let's see how we can do it. Let me just quickly clear this a bit. Okay, so see what I will do. I will take 2 pointers. I will be initialized to 0, I pointer will be initially at 0, and j pointer will start from 1. So j will be here. Okay, so we will check, right? Every time j loop will go forward, right? J will traverse. So we have for j will be starting from 0, from 1 index, and it will go to the length of the array, like the last index. Okay, we will check whether the, also we will have a variable count initially 1. Why initially 1 I am taking count? Because j we are not starting j from this character, right? So this character count I am storing as 1. If j would have been starting from here, then count I have taken as 0, obviously, because I will consider this. Now since I am starting j from 1, I am taking count as 1. Why? Because of this character. Okay, so every time what I will check whether the previous character is equal to the current character, j minus 1. If it's not equal, see, if it's equal, then it's fine, right? If it is equal, so if it is equal, if equal, what we will do? We will do two things. One, we will increment the count because they are same, right? So count will increment it, count of that letter. Secondly, we will move the j pointer forward. Okay, so see here, if you see, j is initially 1, right? Character j, that is a, is equal to the previous character, that is j minus 1. J minus 1 is 0 index. So this character, they are same, right? So count will get incremented to 2. J will now come to, j will also get incremented. So j will now come here. Alright. So this was the first. Second step was that if they are equal, right? Char j is equal to char j minus 1. In that case, what we will do? We will increment j and we will also count, it will increase the count. Okay, all right. Now see, now j, character j is what? B, and character j minus 1, previous character is a. Now they are different, right? Now they are different. Now what we will do? We will store the previous like character and its count in the array. This is how we want, right? The previous character and its count. So if they are not equal, we will first of all in character of I will be used for the final output array, right? At character I we will store the character j minus 1, whatever the current previous character was, that is a. So here this already there is a only, but still this get replaced and a will come here. So here the new character will be a. Okay, and if the count, see, if the character count is more than 1, right, then only we will append the count. If so, see here more than 1, which was 2. If the character count is 1, then we will not append the count, we will only append the letter. So we will have a condition here that if the count is greater than equal to 2, right, if it's more than or equal to 2, in that case only in character of I, here we will increment I plus plus also we will do once we have stored here. So I will now come here, so new I will come here. So in character of I, store the count. Okay, so here character of I, count is what? 2. So we will store 2. So see, we are modifying the current array only. Alright. And also once we have done this, last step would be, after this we will make count is equal to 0, because now count will initialize to 0. Count will become 0 now. Okay. Now j will move forward. j will move forward and count also will increment by 1. J move forward, count increment by 1, j will come here. Now again, these two, character j minus 1 and character j, that is this one and this one, they are same. So what we will do, we'll just increment j and count. Count will become 2, j will increment and go forward. Now again, character j is not equal to j minus 1. Here it's c, here it's b. So again it's time to, also we have to increment I, right? So I will get incremented here after this step, I plus plus. Okay. So I will come here. Okay, this is the new I place. Now what we will do, we will store the previous character into character of I. So here previous character is b, right? B will get stored, and since b's count is 2, which is greater than equal to 2, hence count will also get stored. So I will come here, and here count will get stored, which is 2, and I will increment. Okay, now also at last what we will do, we will initialize count to 0 now, because it's the start of a new character. Okay, start of a new character, C. Now j will increment, will come here, oh, sorry, here this was I, j will come here, right? J will come here, and previous character is same as the current character. So what we will do, we'll just simply increment the count to 2 and we forward j. Here also the previous character is same, so count will increase and we will store here. Okay, and at last, now j is out of bound. At last, the current character will store here. So at the last here, C. Okay, the previous character will store here, and here the count will store. So 3. So at last your I will be here, and j is out of bound. Okay. So this is your new array. See, this is what the new array is, and its length is what? How much? 6. That is I index plus 1. So I hope you understood the diagram and the approach. Let's see the code once. It will become more clear. See, what we are doing is, we have taken I is 0. J will start from 1. Initially count will be 1. As I said, count initially 1. J will start from 1. And j will go till the character size. Why it will go till character size? Because we want to store the last whatever will come, last one also, and j plus plus count plus plus every time. So if j has reached the last place, right? So if j has reached here, it has reached out of bound. So just consider this last, whatever last values are, and store them in the output array. Okay. Or if the previous character is not equal to the current character, right? This condition. So what we will do, first of all, we'll store it in the previous character into the current of I. This basically I plus plus means that first of all it will get stored in the I, and then I will increment. Okay, so you can write it like this also. So after this I plus plus. Similarly, here also you can write it as I plus. Here you can write it as I plus plus. Okay. And after that we will see, if the count is greater than equal to 2, then go digit by digit. So basically, if let's say the count was 12, right? We will convert this count into a string like this, and then we will go character by character, because we have to store differently, right? We cannot store 12 together. We'll have to store each character. So for that, this loop is there. And at last count will be 0. Count will again initialize to 0. And last return I, which is the last index, which will be the length of the output array. So I hope you understood the problem and the approach. The time complexity of O of n, right? So we are just doing a single traversal. I hope you understood the problem and the approach. Let me know in the comments if you have any doubt. If you found the video helpful, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.